Hello, lovelies. This is 5 Minute Manifesting, and I'm your host, Lovey Brown. Thank you so much for listening. I'm thrilled that you're here. And today, I want to tell you something to do. I want you to stop beating yourself up because whatever it is you're manifesting hasn't manifested yet. So many people who reach out to me are just being too hard on themselves. And I know that that is coming from a place of one, really wanting your desire, and two, really being committed to applying the process. So I just want you to stop beating yourself up. So let's talk about this a little bit more. Manifestation is about creating the life that you want, but often we're just too hard on ourselves. And it's like we want what we want so much. We want it so much that we're really willing to do whatever it takes to get it. And the thing is that sometimes those action things, the things that we would think we should do to get something, aren't really what manifests the result, right? Like sometimes it's the opposite. It's a paradox. You think working really hard when actually sometimes it's inaction. Sometimes it's not taking action. But all of the manifesting process is happening in your internal world. And so when you're at this sort of heightened state of frustration and like unmet desire and just wanting something so much, and there's a lot of friction, it feels like, for me, that's how it feels inside of my body. When I'm just like, ugh, and I'm beating myself up and I'm being really hard on myself. Like, oh, I shouldn't have sent that text to my specific person. That's not something I've experienced recently, but when I was manifesting a specific person, and it's not that it's wrong to text your specific person if you're manifesting a specific person. It's just that sometimes it's not the best step. Sometimes you haven't done the internal work to feel good or to know that you're in the right place to text them. But the thing is that nothing you do, no action you take can ruin your manifestation totally. Just absolutely nothing that you do can ruin it totally. So just keep that in mind when you're tempted to really beat yourself up over an action that you took that you feel like you shouldn't have taken. It's totally good. Also, I want you to really recognize that you are a human. Humans have emotions. Humans have thoughts that aren't always, in alignment with their manifestations. Humans have experiences and circumstances in their lives. So if you're responding to those or reacting to those and you feel like it's getting in the way of your manifestation, you can really kind of relax about that and be chill about that. You don't have to worry that those things are going to mess up your manifestation. So, yes, let's keep going. How are you talking about yourself? So Neville Goddard has a great lecture that's about inner talking, and he says that inner talking really is one of the main things that manifests. And a lot of times, we often have arguments with people in our heads, but a lot of times our inner talking is just negative self-talk about ourselves. And it's not that that's going to block your manifestation necessarily, but you don't want to pile on a lot of negative self-talk in your own imagination. This is your internal world. This is where your life manifests from. So you don't want to beat yourself up there. You don't want to be extra hard on yourself there. You want to be as loving and kind and amazing to yourself and your internal world as you want your specific person or your boss in the 3D reality or your friends to be to you. You can do that for yourself. You can be kind and amazing and gentle and loving and encouraging and inspiring. And so if you have a lot of negative self-talk going on about not just your manifestation, but your manifestation, then you just want to pull back on that. That is not a good environment for you to be creating for yourself. in your internal world, in my opinion. Now, I do know there are some people who can be motivated to do things through negative self-talk. If you are one of those people and you feel like that tool is useful to you, and this does not resonate with you, then by all means, continue to use negative self-talk if you feel like you're getting the result that you want. But if you're not getting the results that you want in your life and in your manifestations, and you have a lot of negative self-talk, then just try it another way. Try it with, if you can't go all the way to super loving, positive self-talk, try it with just some neutral self-talk. Try it with just some gentle, testing. Is that true, self? Did you ruin your manifestation? Just kind of be gentle with yourself and loving and kind. And we've talked about this before, but just start noticing your thoughts. Start noticing your thoughts and your inner talking and what they're saying about you as a manifester. Because sometimes when you haven't gotten your first, what I'm going to call, quote unquote, a big manifestation yet, you can have this tendency to, and especially if it's been a little bit of time, you feel like you've heard stories of other people kind of coming to that bigger manifestation sooner in their journey than you have, then I want you to really know that you are on a good path. That time really, doesn't exist, even though you're feeling like you have a lot of pressure of this time. Your manifestation could come any day. And I say this from experience because I have manifested specific people. I'm with my specific person now. I'm in a fantastic romantic relationship that I love. But there was one time where I was manifesting a specific person, not the person I'm currently with, and I did manifest that person eventually. But it took me some years. It took me some years to work through the process. So if you have been manifesting someone for a long time, even years, and you haven't done it yet, one, there's still hope. Absolutely, you can continue to manifest that person. And two, don't beat yourself up about it taking so long. Just don't. Because it doesn't matter. And it doesn't help your manifestation. And I know that it can be hard to hear that it doesn't matter, but it doesn't in the long run in terms of manifesting. I understand the thought of but I really wanted it before now. I really wanted it for a long time. I really do understand those feelings. I absolutely do. I've been in that place. I truly understand you want your stuff and you want it now. And that is what this podcast is here to help you manifest into your life. And so, just trust me that you're starting over in this fresh new moment, and beating yourself up and being really hard on yourself is not going to help you manifest exactly what you want, your dream life, your specific person, your dream job, whatever it is you're manifesting. And so I really want to also just encourage you before I conclude this podcast to also celebrate your life where it is now. Wherever that is, look for opportunities to celebrate you and your manifesting. Absolutely do that. It is helpful. It's been helpful to me. It can be helpful to you. I know that it can. So starting today, this is what I want you to do. Give yourself permission to take a breath, be gentle, and trust that what's meant for you, and what's meant for you is what you desire. That's what you want, and you've decided you want. You are the operant power. You're the God of your reality. Will come. So thank you so much for listening, and may you manifest exactly what you want.